Okay, so now it's time to answer question 1B, which is assess the reliability. Anytime you see the word reliability, and we're specifically talking about sources here, it means Raven. The same is true of credibility. Credibility also means Raven, but credibility can also be done by looking at the data in the information. So we need to note a few things about source E, okay? First, don't get too cute. It is a professor of general medical practice, okay? Now, when you say something about Raven, you cannot just say he has expertise. What you need to say is, first off, let's start with reputation. His reputation as a doctor and professor is good, which improves or increases or enhances his reliability. Okay, that's a statement that you can go with there. Okay, so there's 4 marks. So let's assume that there's going to be 4 of these, which means we're going to need more space. All right, so let's get rid of this and let's create a little more space. Okay, so first off, his reputation as a doctor and as a professor of medicine, good reputation improves reliability. Or you could say he has reliability. Okay? Now, anytime somebody has a reputation, they're generally trying to keep their reputation. So you can also, even though he is retired, and we're going to talk about that, you can also say most likely that he has a vested interest in maintaining his reputation, which also improves or increases. Increases is actually probably a better word. Let's just say raising his, I guess his or her in this case, because I don't know, reliability. All right. Now, that's 2 there just off the top. Okay. Will this doctor have ability to see? So, ability to see as a doctor and a medical professor does improve his reliability. And this is probably a twofer, but being retired may decrease his ability to see over an active doctor. Okay? So the same thing that helps him here, um, his ability to see. But, and this is important too, somebody who is retired has no real reason to try to show bias or neutrality. So you might say retirement plus discussing both pros and cons shows a lack of bias. And again, you need to say that that improves his reliability. Okay, all of these things matter. All right, now let's keep looking at it. So we have covered Raven, we've covered reputation, ability to see, vested interest. Oh, yes, expertise. We got to get expertise. As a doctor and professor, I misspelled professor. And as a doctor and professor, he has relevant expertise. Okay. But you might want to add, but may have less than a practicing doctor. Okay. So we got a bunch of things here. Now, if you don't remember Raven, I'm going to strongly suggest to you that you go to this guide. This is the Thinking Skills Study Guide. You need to memorize these things. Now, we'll see how I did against the mark scheme. Now, I'm going to take a look at that and see if there's anything else I missed. Good reputation. Also, because he was invited to a medical conference. Good idea. Okay, the fact that he used the words I have observed, that implies ability to see as well. Okay, the fact that he's retired means his expertise and ability to see are reduced, but that does not weaken the reliability of his points. That's the second mark in addition, okay? The speaker mentions disadvantages and advantages, so he is neutral, not biased. Nothing about his personal circumstances or the content of his speech suggests he has any vested interest. So they did not mark this one. However, it is examples of valid answers on the mark scheme, so you very well could have gotten that. But the important thing to understand here, again, there's a total of 4 of these. So you need to give at least 4 points and leave a little space. And if you get done, go back to it and add other things you think of, because these are easy points, being Raven. All right, that's 1B.